was crazy, dude. Alright guys, I'm here at Brazos Valley Barbell. We're gonna do some coaching. I'm here with Anthony. Anthony's, would you say you're a beginner when it comes to this?
Yes.
Okay, so Anthony's a beginner. I'm gonna just kind of guide him through some stuff. Hopefully we can fix some technique. But first we're gonna start with a warm-up. So what I wanna do is work joint by joint and kind of make it a specific warm-up to the clean. And so what we're gonna do is work from the ankles all the way up through the knees. So while you're down in this bottom position of the back squat, I want you to focus on just extending the calves, bringing them back down. So right now it's just kind of an active ankle stretch. The calf raise is actually a really underrated movement to get the ankles going. So while he's actually doing that ankle stretch, his knees are kind of just passively increasing their range of motion. So it's, in my opinion, it's a really good distraction to get the knees going as well. Get down to the bottom of the squat, and then I want you to give me 5 reps where you hang out down here in the squat, generate power, come up, and go right back down. Hang out, generate power, come up, come right back down. And I want you to think about speed going down. Okay? So I want you to get off the floor and come right back down. Perfect, just like that. 3 more. Back down. Good. Good, and relax. You can put the bar down. So that movement right there, just again, preparing the joints to get down into a low bottom position of the squat dynamically. Good. So it's just a basic behind the neck press. Keep going ahead. 5 more reps for me. Basic behind the neck press. Kind of starting to get the upper body loose so we can get it in the front rack position. All right. I want you to take your elbows and slightly bring them forward and try a little bit of a tricep extension right there. So you start to feel that kind of in here. So this is going to be more translatable to the front rack position. It's probably one of my favorite warm-up movements to get the front rack position going. Good. One more. Okay, so now your front rack feels probably a little bit better. I really want you to focus on grabbing that whole bar and then just kind of work on it as we go, right? So what I want you to do is get your feet back to squat width, take a breath in, drop down in that front squat while we're holding the bar as much as we can. Go ahead. 5 reps. Good. You can see his elbows aren't up right now, but it's going to get better and better as we warm up. Good. Last one. Good. Now you can put the barbell down. So it's important to have, in my opinion, to have your whole hand on the bar. And the reason for that is when you extend, you want to be able to maintain that connection to the bar so you can fixate a little bit better. Now, I'm not going to say it's an absolute must that you need to have a full hand on the bar, but in general, the top elite weightlifters all keep their hands on the bar the entire time through fixation. Okay, so now that kind of that general warm-up is done, obviously you would want to do some more stuff in between, more reps of each movement so that you can get loose. Anthony's got a nice sweat going, so we're going to get going with the actual specific stuff to the clean. For Anthony, this is a great grip for him. So if he puts his thumbs out and kind of measures where the knurling is, it's about 1 inch away from the knurling, which I'll take. That's totally fine. This is something that I would adjust with him if we started having problems with his timing, his ability to fixate the bar. We would move his grip in or out. But for right now, this is going to be a good place right here. And here, this is going to be a good base for him as well. I don't want him to stand exactly hip width apart like we're going to do a deadlift. I don't want him to stand squat width apart. Just kind of a comfortable width right here. We're going to end up dropping into a full squat. So first things first, all I'm going to have him do is slight bend in the knees, just slight, there we go, and then now we're going to tilt the hips right here. We're going to try to pin that bar up against your legs. What I want you to do is actually use your lats to pull that bar in with a straight arm. Okay, you feel that? From here, all we're doing is extending up and rotating around, keeping your hand on the bar, okay? Here we go, rotate around, keep it on. So now you can see his front rack is already much better. Okay, go ahead, let's keep going. Same thing. Pin it, keep it high, pin it, and go. Good. Easy. Okay? What I want you to do now is instead of kind of getting under it, just here and rotate around. It's a muscle clean. There we go, perfect, good. Now just keep rotating through, in and out. Good. So next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna get used to hitting that dynamically low squat position that is necessary for the clean. Okay, so this one, all we're gonna do is stand at that comfortable spot right here. What I want you to think about doing is dropping your hips, dropping your center of gravity without going up. So we're here, we're just dropping. Okay, here, drop. Okay, go ahead. Good. Faster hips. There we go. Good. More. Last one. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is just combine those first two drills. Okay, we're going to combine that muscle clean with the movement of the feet now. So all it's going to look like, you're going to pin the bar against that position with the lats. You're going to come up and down into that catch. Okay, so pin it, shoulders forward, good, and go. Good. Pin it, shoulders forward, and go. Hell yeah, good. Now I really want you to pronounce that chest out here, okay? Shoulders over the bar for this position. Go ahead, ready? Pull back, and go. So when you bring your shoulders are forward, your next rep, I want you to bring them up and back. But thinking about going up and then dropping the hips. Last one. Up, perfect. That was your best rep. So next thing we want to do is develop that contact. Alexei Tarakti kind of taught me about this drill. It's just a little bit different of a version, but it's very similar. And what we're going to do is that position that he's pinning the bar on, we're going to actually develop contact off of that position and then add in those two drills. So every drill we do here, we're just going to keep adding on a new layer and a new layer. If he starts messing up a layer, we'll go back. We'll take a step back and then just keep building up as we go. Okay, so we have our shoulders forward, we brought it down and caught. Okay, what I want to do now is actually develop that contact. So, okay, we're here, we can get the bar moving off of our hips now. Okay, but all I want us to do, the bar comes out front, we hit, we catch, right there. Okay, it's the same drill as this. All we're doing is adding in this little contact. Shoulders forward, arms go out. Good. Oh my God. Not much coaching to be done on that. Looks pretty good. Good. So now what we're going to do is add in another layer where we're going to bring the barbell down to below the knees into the mid shin. You have that contact, and you might want to get a few contact reps in. You're kind of used to that position. So now we bring that bar down to the mid shin, and essentially we're doing the same thing when we come up. We're getting that contact, but instead of developing it from out here, we're just going to develop from right underneath it. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go below the knees. That's perfect. I like that you set it up. Below the knees, hang out right there for a second for me. Bring that into your shins, chest up, head up, good, good, good. Okay, slow, pop. Good. You're kind of getting the tempo of it, right? One thing that I don't want people to do, and sometimes they end up cutting off their extension, it's weird. There's a little confluence that, of not extending too long and too hard, but also not cutting off your extension. Okay, what's really important in the clean, and I think really important to develop early, is your ability to extend and flex, or pitch and catch, or time to fixate that bar. So you don't want to hang out an extension too long. So you're like this, right? You got that big loopy bar path, but you also don't want to cut off your extension. So you want to try to find that perfect mixture of the two. At this point, if things are going wrong, just always take a step back and build your way back up. The reason we're adding weight right now is because we want to make this a realistic movement now so he can pull from the floor. The reason I like doing stuff from the top down is because for a beginner, it's hard to generate the right positions off of the floor. You have dead weight, and so in order to put that any sort of force that we generate to the floor, it has to go through the whole body first and then into the barbell, and that's tough with dead weight. So what I like to do is start it from here, bring it back down to about mid-shin where we're hanging, okay, so that that tension is already developed. So everything I do with my legs goes into the bar. I find that people are so much better from that low hang position than they are from just starting from the floor. So what I want to do here, I usually do touch and go, but what I want to do is what I call like a 2-inch clean or a floating clean. What we're going to do is we're going to bring that bar down just like you were, and we're going to hang out real quick with the bar at about 2 inches for a quick pause, and then you're going to go from there. What I want you to do now is hang out in that position for a half second. Okay? Go down, and pause, go. Very good. Here we go, last one. That was the best one. So you can tell the difference between that second rep, I think, the second to last rep and the last rep. That last rep, you were keeping your shoulders over the bar. So what he did was, as he came up, he used his legs and he kept his shoulders over the bar. You want to wait to extend the hips till the last possible second. And you can really see on his last rep, he was able to keep his shoulders over, last moment, boom, boom. Okay, that time to fixation was much faster and the bar height was even much greater. Okay, from here, we're just gonna do the full damn thing. Okay, so now I want you to focus on your setup. Nothing really changes. You would just have to be able to develop that force with the dead bar. So you don't have that luxury of holding it in your hands and having that connection. You have to develop it yourself. Let's just see how you do it, all right? And then I'll correct you from there.
So still try to keep the shoulders in front?
Yeah, I mean, not too much. I mean, just honestly, thinking about keeping your shoulders ahead of the bar is going to be a little bit too much. But I want you to think about like it in terms of that contact and you know, the drill we just did. It's just kind of developing that tension in the back and just going for it. Okay? Here we go. Good. That was crazy, dude.
I power cleaned in high school.
Okay,
10 years ago.
Okay, so he was a power cleaner 10 years ago in high school. That was awesome, man. All right, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to do a couple more reps here, and then we're going to add weight a little bit. Okay, so that one moved out on you a little bit. Okay, right off the floor, it kind of went here, and then when you came in to make contact, it went here and back out again. Okay, so obviously you know how to deadlift, right? So deadlift is all about getting that big hinged position right here. The way that I feel about the clean is like, you want to have a nice hinge, but you also have to be ready to leverage your chest upward. So you do see a lot more vertical of a pull in the clean. That's because we're not just getting the bar to our hips, we're getting it to our front rack. But you want to try to play with your hips, especially with lighter weight, play with your hips so that you can get that good connection. So I think for you there, your knees came a little bit forward right away, so the barbell went out. All I would do is just kind of play with that start position a little bit. Open that chest, think about that upward intention, but I want you to get that in. Yes, right there, let's go. There it is. All right, that's it, that's my progression. Anthony's gonna do about 1,000 more reps here until he gets comfortable, and then we can move up in weight. Hopefully you guys like this style of video. I've never done it before. If you liked it, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.